Hi guys, Uncle Jesse here. Let me turn this fan off. Seems like we got a little chit chat going on out in the road. It's pretty much a quiet Saturday night here, and I had a subscriber ask me about how I went about getting rid of all my stuff in America. Well, it wasn't that hard. I basically gave most of it away. I gave my house to my daughter and the property, and it's since been sold. And I give all my furniture and everything to a friend of mine that lived down the street. And I don't know what happened to all my household goods. I guess my daughter disbanded that. She had a few renters in and out of there, so they probably made use of a lot of it. So my vehicles, I sold them off. We had a tornado come through there. I would say about a year and a half before I left. So the stuff I had in my shop, I had a 20 by 20 shop slash bar. On one side was a bar. I had a 14-foot oak bar, and with glasses all behind it, mirrors. It was real nice. It looked like a real bar. The bar came out of another bar 30-something years ago, but had bar stools and everything on one side. On the other side, I had a motorcycle table that I normally had a motorcycle on most of the time working on it. And it's funny that at the time, my daughter and her boyfriend at the time was in the bar cooking out, and the tornado set down in the woods behind the bar, and she had the double doors, the garage doors open in the back, because I had it built with the bar on the one side and the motorcycle work table on the other, and I could pull my pickup truck in it and shut the double doors and walk out the front door and lock it. And the front door faced the house, which faced the road out front, and the back of it faced the woods. There was an acre of woods in the back where my old house was that my ex had burnt down. So I just let it go and let it all grow up, let the other property back there grow up. And so there was a path that led through there from the back of the garage, or the bar. I call it the bar. But in the back of the garage, the double doors, there was a path like driveway that went down through the woods and out the driveway of the other property where the other house was. And that's the only path I kept cut, so I could pull cars and stuff in the back if I needed to. I had a few cars I pulled in the back and did some brake work on, which was real convenient, having that back driveway up there to the double doors. And but she had the double doors open, and the tornado set down right in the back property, and the wind come up in those double doors, and it was a metal shop, steel frame with metal on the outside, and I had formed it in with 2x4s and plywood in the front and the back, and put wooden windows in it from an old house that another friend of mine had remodeled, and he took all the windows and stuff, and we put them in the shop, which looked pretty good. It looked like an old round top barracks or whatnot, but it wasn't exactly round top. It was one of those, A-frame top shops that you can buy at Lowe's or Home Depot, and with the metal frames, and screw it all together. And that's what I did. 20 by 20 shop. But the tornado hit in the back, and when it hit the shop, she said the shop just exploded in 1,000 pieces, and her boyfriend ran towards the house. But she said it was like she was walking in slow motion with everything twirling above her head. And the shop hit the back of the house and buckled all over the place and flew over the roof. And it just bent a couple of sheets of metal on the house, just bent in a little bit. She had to replace a couple of sheets of metal on the old house, the old block house. And it didn't even blow the windows out of the damn house, which I was surprised. But 80-year-old, almost 90-year-old house, block house. But evidently, after it demolished the shop, the tornado bounced up over the house and landed right behind the people's house directly in front of us. And it stayed on the ground once it touched down again, and it just tore a path through the neighborhood, just leveling houses and blowing roofs off. And the biggest house in the neighborhood was a big old 2-story, 8-bedroom, I think 5 or 8, 6 or 8, I don't know how many bedrooms. It's a big mansion on Hardup Road up there, and it blew that damn mansion in half. It was just both pieces of ends of the big old house sitting there, and you could tell where the tornado cut right through the middle of it. And it was a big mess. It leveled all of the trees in the yard. A couple of water oaks was 200 or 300 years old and big around enough that 3 or 4 people couldn't reach around them. And the other trees that my parents had planted when they were young and built the house were a good 50, 60, 70, 80 years old. And they were huge, huge cedar trees. There was a cedar tree in the front yard you couldn't reach around just one person. It took 2 people to reach around it. It was just big. I mean, it was a big, beautiful tree. But it leveled all the trees in the yard, blew away all the buildings all over the neighborhood, and most of the houses, destroyed a bunch of vehicles. But it's kind of funny. Her boyfriend's truck got a tree on top of it, and I think her vehicle survived, didn't get nothing, and a tree fell across the top of my truck, and it didn't hurt it. When I got home, I had to cut a limb out of the bed of it and move it out from under the tree, and then the tree kind of fell over. But that's all I had. Was I had after I got rid of everything. Of course, it blew most of my tools away, and what it didn't blow away, the damn drug addicts in the neighborhood. Y'all know them damn tweakers. You can't keep them out of nothing. Shit, we come out a couple of days later, and everything out there was gone. I'm talking about any kind of metal on the ground, it was gone. And I actually saw one of them tweakers that I knew. I've known him for years, but he was running down the road dragging some damn body's metal building, or a piece of metal building. It wasn't mine. They done hauled mine off wherever it went. I didn't care. It was tore all to hell anyway. They just helped me by getting rid of the tore up junk metal everywhere. But he was running down the road dragging a piece of that metal, and you woke me up, and I went outside and seen him running down the road dragging. I said, boy, you better leave that shit alone and get the fuck on somewhere before I called the law. And he throwed that damn metal down and took off running up the road. But I went back to bed and woke up the next morning. It was gone, so he sneaked back and got it, probably rolled it over in the ditch and drug it off so it wouldn't make no scraping noises going down the road. But yeah, the tweakers cleaned up all the metal trash and anything that could be sold at the salvage yard. They cleaned all that up. I imagine they toted my tools out of there, what few was left, by the plastic bucket loads. I had plastic paint buckets all over and all around the garage, and they was scattered all over the damn neighborhood, and that's what they haul stuff off with, was plastic buckets. So it wasn't hard to get rid of stuff after the tornado. I mean, it blew most of my stuff away, except for the house and the contents of the house and my vehicles. I had just sold my chopper, which I bought offline, and it was partly put together, and I finished putting it together. It was a 71 Honda chopper with a 21 over front end. Man, it was a cool little chopper. I wish I could get the video from YouTube, but once you put a video on YouTube and then you lose your SIM card or whatever, your SIM card shorts out, you can never get that video back from YouTube. I've tried many times to download that video from YouTube, but I mean, not YouTube, Facebook, excuse me, Facebook. I tried to download that video many a times from Facebook, and it just will not give me that video back. So, say hi, baby.
Hi.
I had a comment about how did I get rid of my stuff. You can lean back over here. How did I get rid of my stuff in America when I came here? And I gave most of it away, everything but, well, my pickup truck and my Jeep Grand Cherokee. I believe that's the only thing I sold. My daughter sold my Harley, so actually, I think she gave it to her nephew, which was her deceased husband's nephew, which he's a good boy. I watched him grow up. Used to call him Indiana Jones. Hey, Indy, how are you, boy? But he's riding my Harley now. She says he's loving it and taking good care of it, so good for him. But I'm glad somebody loves old Harley Quinn. But I pretty much gave everything away. And what I didn't give away, when my daughter rented the house, whoever rented the house, she went in and cleaned up the house and made it presentable, did a little painting and whatnot, and even put new living room furniture in there, and then rented it. So probably whatever was in the cabinets that could be used, you know, the renters probably used and might have taken with them. I really don't know. But she since sold the property, and there was one outbuilding that didn't get destroyed. From the picture I seen, though, looks like either the outbuilding from the direction of the picture, you couldn't see the outbuilding in the back, or the outbuilding has been moved, because it was one of those buildings that it's a wood frame building, and it was on skids, and it was covered in metal, sheet metal, inside and out. And or outside and the top and the sides, but they brought it out on a big old tractor trailer flatbed and loaded it off on blocks, you know, foundation. They set up blocks and poured a little concrete in them and set that down building on it. It's one of them buildings you can buy, pre-manufactured building. They bring it out and set it up for you. But that's how I got rid of my stuff. I gave most all of it away, and I sold my truck to an old guy that wanted to restore it. It was a 85 or 87 C10, old long wheelbase, 350, 400 transmission. It was a good old truck. I drove it for a lot of years, and just didn't do nothing but maintain it, put new brakes on it and stuff. But my Jeep Grand Cherokee, I sold it, and actually I sold it and bought my plane ticket here with that cash, you know, and I couldn't take it with me, and my daughter didn't want it, and so hell, I sold it and bought a plane ticket to come here. But that's how I got rid of my stuff. So just give your stuff away, just sell your house and leave your stuff in it. I just don't know what to tell you. Just advertise on Facebook, yard sale, and okay, babe, hold on a minute. I'm fixing to close this video out. Tell everybody bye.
Bye.
But I sold my truck and my car, and that was it. My Jeep. All right, go, girl. She wants some chicken nuggets. But y'all take care of one another, and good day.